guys, Midnight Strike here, and it is time for me to review the new Sabbath album. You know, those three words that we never thought we'd hear anyone speak again. New Sabbath album, Ozzy on vocals, another three words. But here we are, 2013 with their new album 13, which is basically like a volcano. Black Sabbath has basically been a volcano, a dormant volcano waiting to take the world by storm, and here it is, 13, and it just explodes and takes everyone by storm, takes the world of heavy metal by storm. This album is a masterpiece. I can't get enough of it. Honestly, it sounds exactly like what Black Sabbath should sound like. It sounds a little bit like Paranoid mixed with Master of Reality, and there are a few elements from Sabbath Bloody Sabbath and later material even on there. So it's basically what you'd expect from a Sabbath album, especially an early 70s Sabbath release. It's not quite as doomy as their debut, but it has some of those groovy, kind of catchy beat like melodies in there. Those hooks, those hard rock heavy metal hooks that Sabbath has been known for. So, you know, songs like End of the Beginning with those, you know, cliche-ish kind of cool lyrics, When God is Dead, and of course Loner with the NIB style riffs, it just makes this album classic. It just sounds classic. That's really the best adjective that I can put forward with this. So I love it. But yeah, those three are the three songs in the beginning, and then of course you get into Zeitgeist. I really don't know how to pronounce it, so I butcher names a lot. Fuck, I called Adam Gontier from 3 Days Grace Adam Gontier in my Transit of Venus review, so yeah, whatever. Zeitgeist is basically like a Planet Caravan with substance. So if you guys know about you know, my review of Paranoid, I really couldn't get into Planet Caravan. You know, I know what they were going for. I know they were trying to make one of those atmospheric songs, one of those eerie kind of atmospheric songs that puts you in kind of one of those moods, but it really didn't do much for me. I still can respect the song, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. Here, it's like same story, but there's a little bit more kick. There's a little bit more something. Can't really put my finger on it, but there's a little bit more of that substance with this song. I like it a little bit better than Planet Caravan, but still not my favorite song on the album overall. So, Age of Reason, this one's another one. It's got those catchy hooks again, those riffs. They're really simplistic in nature, but they do, you know, serve their purpose on this album. They do bring out the classic kind of vibe from what you'd expect from a Black Sabbath album, especially with Ozzy on vocals. So, Damaged Soul, same thing, really good song. There's some really, really cool vocal harmonies with Ozzy Osbourne and the rest of the band, about a third of the way into the song. So you can look forward to that, as well as on Dear Father. It's a really epic, really long, drawn-out song, really slow, really like doomy kind of metal. And there are a lot of cool, unique things. There's even church bells at the end. It kind of blends in to the first song on their first album, which is, of course, Black Sabbath. So if you haven't heard that song, it has church bells in the beginning. So if you listen to this and then go into Black Sabbath, it just sounds perfect. It just blends right in. So just goes right into that song. That's one thing that I can really dig about this album, is that it goes right into their second one, or to their first one, excuse me. But the thing is, we also have the bonus material to look over, and what's weird is usually when I get to the bonus tracks, I'm like, why weren't they included on this album? But this one, I can kind of see why they left them off. I mean, the album with its 8 tracks are 8 really long, really catchy, really hookish kind of, you know, metal songs that sound like they could fit into the 70s, but, you know, these other 3, Methodemic, Peace of Mind, and Pariah, I mean, they're good in their own right, but they really don't fit the flow of the album as much. So it was really cool that they included them on some discs, as in the deluxe versions, but I can kind of see why they left them off the standard edition, just for, you know, the flow and the blending kind of purposes. And, you know, while they're really good songs, they don't really fit with the rest of the album. So as for Methodemic, it sounds exactly like it could fit on Sabbath Bloody Sabbath. It's a little bit faster, a little bit more like hard rock oriented, and it's still got that metal kind of groove to it. It's really catchy and really fast, actually. It sounds a little bit more on the harder side of metal as to what Black Sabbath are known for, but hey, it still sounds amazing. Peace of Mind, it's a little bit slower, it's a little bit more drawn out. Not really my favorite track, especially not my favorite bonus track, but it's alright. And then, of course, Pariah, which is the last bonus track on the edition that I have right now. And very good closer, very good song, but I can kind of see why they left it off the album again, because it sounds more like the newer kind of Ozzy material, not really fit for like the doom metal kind of slow, drawn out, atmospheric, eerie kind of Ozzy. I want to hear Ozzy. So, yeah, that's about all I have. So, I'm going to rate this album probably a 9.5 out of 10. Really like it, really dig it. Sounds like Paranoid Master of Reality, and of course, a little bit of Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath thrown in there. Hope you enjoyed watching. I am Midnight Strike 3625. Keep calm and rock on.